Hi, this is Lakshmi Kantiwari, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can make a LinkedIn auto connect bot with a personalized messaging. So in Python I have made this bot and it is automatically opening a profile and writing a message, a personalized message, and then it is automatically sending a connect request. So with this you can get connect with the people, and by following the same procedures you can also unfriend the people, or you can send new messages to the people. Alright, so there is a lot of the things to learn in this lesson. It will be around 40 minutes long video. So please do not miss to watch till the end to understand this complete code. Alright, so thank you so much to watching this video. Let's go ahead and start this lesson without wasting your time. Alright, so getting started with the LinkedIn Auto Connect bot with the personalized messaging, you need to install these two packages. Pip install Selenium and pip install Beautiful Soap 4. So for a Selenium I have already given a link, and the link for this notebook will be available at my GitHub repository, and that link will be available into a video description. So you need to install first a Selenium, and you can go ahead at this link there, and you will get there how to install a Selenium. Alright. So you can write there pip install Selenium, and you can get more documents of a Selenium at this link. And apart from that, you also need to install a Beautiful Soap 4, and you can go ahead and get more details about a Beautiful Soap 4 at this link. Alright, and apart from these two packages which you need to install in your computer, you also need to install the driver for your browser. So I'll be using a Google Chrome. Then you need a Google Chrome driver, which is available at chromedriver.chromium.org at a download. So how you can get this? You can just actually you can copy this, and then you can paste it here, and you go ahead there, and there you will get this driver. So based on your Google Chrome version, you can get this. So which you can get from here. You can go ahead into help and then about Google Chrome. So it will tell you about latest version of a Google Chrome. Currently I'm using a 76.0 version. So you also need to install a same version. So here current version is 77, but you can go ahead and get the version which you have Google Chrome currently installed in your computer. Alright. So these are the three things which you need to do before we start coding for a LinkedIn Auto Connect bot with a personalized messaging. So for simplicity, what I have done, I have already downloaded this the Chromium driver, and that I have placed into a current working repository here. You see inside the driver there, chromedriver.exe. So you can download this from GitHub repository directly. So with the GitHub repository, this driver will come automatically. And if it doesn't work, then you can install a latest driver, and then you can replace this driver accordingly. Alright, apart from that, in the last step, what you need to do, you need to give your email and password into a config.txt file. And that config.txt file, you see, it is here. So in this config.txt, you have email and the password. So you need to just simply write what is whatever your email, okay, like abcd@ymail or gmail or whatever, and then enter your password, and then you put it into a same repository. Otherwise you can download this repository from GitHub, and you can just open this and change your email and the password from here. Alright, so there should be just a 2 line. And once it is done, then close this. Now we are ready to go ahead. So these are the 4 things which you need to follow before we start this lesson. You need to install a Selenium, Beautiful Soap 4, and Chrome driver, and then edit config.txt file. And let's go ahead and run this. So I have already installed the Selenium and the Beautiful Soap 4. So it is saying that the condition has been already satisfied. Alright, so let's go ahead and import OS and random sys time. I think we don't need this time and the sys, but for the sake of the easiness, let's go ahead and import these. And then you need to import this here URL parser, and then you also need to import here a Selenium import WebDriver, and bs4, which is beautiful soap 4, import beautiful soap 4. All right, so let's go ahead and import this. I think we will also not need this library as well. All right, so let's go ahead and import this. So now we have our necessary libraries. So after this, now you need to understand how this works. So for Google Chrome, what we need to do, we need to first get the address of this Google Chrome driver, which we can get by typing here. Let's type here a browser. Browser is equal to a web driver. All right, so we have already imported that from Selenium, a web driver dot Chrome. So here we need a web driver from for a Chrome, and let's go ahead and get the give the address for this driver. So this driver address is driver / Chrome driver.exe. All right, so we have here the driver. Simply it's a driver, and then here we have a Chrome driver.exe. All right, so this is how we have got the address for a driver. And once you execute this line of code, it will open here a new window. All right, so that window you can see here. So this is a new window here, and you can see here it is being controlled by automated test software. Since we have not passed any link, that's why it is just opening a blank tab. After this, we need to sign in our LinkedIn account. And if I show you our the LinkedIn, which you can see here, linkedin.com, and there is an address to sign in. All right, so if you click on here, instead of this, what you get here, actually you get here UAS and then a login. And if you open this page, you will get something like this. So what it says that now we are going to open first this link. All right, so this is, I'm just showing you for the simplicity, but if you see, this is being controlled by automated software. So what we will do actually, instead of this, so instead of opening this into this Chrome link, what I'm going to do, I'm going to just copy this, and then I'm going to open this in another browser to just show you. So I'll be showing you how you can get this text field in your the Selenium, and then how you can submit your email and the password with the automated software. To understand this, we need to inspect these elements, and now if you see, if you type there the inspect element, then in this, how you can see this, you can click here, pick an element, and with this element, if you see, it says that it has an ID there, and the ID for this is username. All right, so we are going to open this page, and after opening this page, we are going to get the ID for this and this and this. So if you see, the ID for email is username, and similarly ID for this password is a password actually. All right, so how you can do that? Is something happening there. So now for this password, you see the ID is for this password is a password. All right, so let's go ahead and see it in Google Chrome, but before that we need to code this. Let's go ahead and open that link, and for that what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this and that side by side. All right, so let's go ahead, put this, and then I'm going to put this at this side, and apart from that I'm also going to put here this side as well, so that I can get these together. All right, so what I'm going to do here now, I am going to the login at this address. So how we can do that? To do that, we can just write here a browser, then .get, and for this we can simply, it will load this new web page. All right, so that new web page you can see here, it is loaded here. All right, Now after this, what I'm going to do, I am going to get these elements and these elements by using their IDs. So here you see element ID is equal to a browser dot a find element by ID, and for this email I have already shown you the ID for this is username. Alright, and similarly, once you get the ID for this username, now we need to send the username. Alright, how we can send that username, I'll tell you that later. But for that, we need to first read our the txt file which has config.txt, which has email and our password. And for that, I can open that file with file is equal to open, and then with config.txt. Alright, and after that I can just write their lines is equal to file.read lines, and it has read those two lines, and the first line is username. That's mean I can just get lines 0 is username, and then similarly a second line is a password which resides into a lines 1. So with this we have got a username and password. Now what I'm going to do here, I am going to pass the first username in this text weave, and then the password in this password weave. And to do that, what I can do, I can just call here element ID and then send keys. Alright, so with this it says that send keys, element ID send keys. I'm going to send here a username, and if you run this you will see here a username has been passed here. Alright, and after this I am going to pass here a password as well. So for that, simply what we need to do here, we need to again write here the element ID is equal to a browser dot a find element by ID, and then here we have a password. Alright, and again we have element ID, then dot send underscore keys, and there I am going to pass a password. So now you see the password has been also filled here. And finally what I'm going to do, I am going to press this button. Okay, so that button can be done with the simply element ID dot submit. So by default it will automatically press this button. So it says that here my LinkedIn profile has been logged in. So once your LinkedIn profile is logged in, now we need to go into a profile section into a LinkedIn profile. But before that, we need to also get the link, the profile ID, a first time a profile ID from where we can open. Alright, other than you see here, we get something like that, add to your feed. So these are the people. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open my profile first with the automated software. So the ID for my profile is simple. So what I'm going to write here, I'm going to just write here visiting ID. So here we have a visiting profile ID. That's mean the ID which we are going to visit. So that ID is in, and Lakshmi made it. Alright, so this is my ID. How do you know this? You can go ahead here, and if you click here at a web profile, you see this is my ID. So you get here in, and then Lakshmi made it. Then after this, what I'm going to do here, I am going to provide a full link for this. Alright, so the full link for this, how we can do that? We can just write here a full link. Full link is equal to, if we cut this part, alright, so if we cut this part, we get something like this. So we are going to just copy that and paste it here, and once we get that, then we are going to just add it with a visiting profile. Why we are doing this? Because there would be so many profiles and we will be just extracting the ID for each profile, and then we will be appending that with the linkedin.com so that we can visit those profiles. Alright, so with this we have got a full link. Now as we have opened a new the new link by just typing here the browser.get, and similarly I can pass here browser.get. Now if you come here in the main page with the browser.get and a full link, so with that we will be getting here our we will be visiting to this link. All right, so that is mine as of now. So how we can do that? We can just write here a browser.get and with the full link. So with this, now you see the automatically we have been redirected to this profile. So this is the this is the concept which we are going to use in this lesson. So if you come here in this section, people also waived. So there are so many people LinkedIn is suggesting us to which we can get connected. And to get connected with these people, we are going to parse this web page, and then finally we are going to get the link for these profiles. So how would you get that? Let's go ahead and open this, and similarly these two. And do remember, these lessons are just for educational purpose, so it's not like the privacy etc. And then you see here, and this is the user ID for this person, Nishant Narpagar. And similarly for, if you see for Anil Shah, this is user ID for Anil Shah. All right, so similarly we can get that. All right, so these are the things for on which we can get that. So let's go ahead, and first what we need to do, we need to make a to list in which we can first store the IDs, and in another list we will be storing the IDs on which we have been already visited. And to do that, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to write here visiting profiles. A visited profile in fact. So visited profile means the profiles on which we have already been visited. Because if you have already visited to any profiles and you have already sent a contact request, then of course you cannot send the another contact request to the same person. So we need to also understand, and we also need to avoid to those profiles on which we have already sent a request. And we also need to store the link of IDs of the profiles on which we are going to send the request. To do that, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to just write here profiles queued. All right. So here, this is also an empty list. So with this we have got, now I have already visited this link. Okay, so what I'm going to do, but since this is just my profile, so I'm not going to add that. But once we get the link IDs of these peoples, then we should add these IDs into a profiles queued, and then after that from those profiles queued we will be visiting one link, and then we will be sending a request to each of those links. All right, so after this, once you open your profile, all right, here your profile, then you need to come, you need to parse this section, which is a people also waived section. And if we see this people's also waived section, and if we inspect this people waived section, then what we will get, actually you can inspect that here. So this is a section which we can get by a class, and the class named as a PV profile section, PV browser map section. So this is the class by which we can get these these section. And do remember that LinkedIn keep changing these class names. So if you are watching, let's say, this video after a year or the month, and if this, in fact, this exact code doesn't work, then that means LinkedIn had changed some names. So you need to also change these names in code as well. So let's go ahead and write a code to get the link of these profiles. So how we will get that? We can get that by writing a new function, get new profile ID. Get new profile IDs. In this, what we are going to do, we are going to pass a source code. So this is actually a source code. All right. So if you click on the source, so you will get a complete source code. Otherwise, how you can get that? You can just type here weave source. So you can get this complete source code for the, the web page which is currently opened here. Otherwise, we can also use which we will be actually using a beautiful SOAP for the library to get the source code. Now after this, what we are going to do, we are going to pass here source code, and then this profiles queued, so that we can store the IDs of these profiles in this list, so that we can later visit those lists. So here we have a profiles queued. Now after this, what I am going to do, I am going to make a list, empty list for these profiles, these temporary profiles. All right. So here we have a profiles ID, which is a temporary list for only these profiles, these temporary profiles. Now after this, now I'm going to create a new variable, the people also weaved, PAV is equal to now a SOAP dot find. Now you might be wondering that what is this SOAP? Actually this SOAP is, how do you get that? Let me show you here. A beautiful SOAP which we have imported from BS4 dot, if we pass here in a beautiful SOAP and then the browser and dot page source. All right. So it will return us a complete page source for this page. So in this, there will be also a section which is known as a people also weaved, and you can copy this and you can find this somewhere here. You see the people also weave sections, and we need to get these sections. Okay, this one PV profile sections, which we will be getting from here. And in this source, you will be also getting the user ID for these people. All right. So later somewhere you should get a user ID for those people. Yes. So you see here Analsa. For the Analsa, you should get somewhere here the profile ID. Yes. So in this href. All right. So in this href, you see here this is profile ID for the Analsa, for this lady. And similarly, you will get a profile ID for the another person as well, for this person. So the profile ID for this person is here, and you can match this profile ID from here as well if you match this profile ID. All right. So this is how it is working. So this page source we will be passing here in a SOAP, and then I'm going to find the SOAP.find, and then I'm going to get a section. All right. So I'm going to find a section, and which section I'm going to find? I'm going to find actually this section. All right. So this section I'm going to find, which we can just copy from here. Now once we get that section, and in this section we are going to find this class. All right. So for this class, what we need to write here, we need to write in a section get this class, and then we can pass the name of that class and the name of that class, which I have just copied that. So this is a complete name of that class which we are going to get. A PV profile section, PV browser map section, profile sections, Art Deco container. All right. And then Ember Web. So with this we will be getting this section. So inside this section we will be having a complete list of these people. All right. So inside this you see the complete list of these peoples, and here it has href, and similarly for the another list you see here. So what with this we are getting this section. So with this section, now these list by list we will be parsing these list by list to getting the user ID which is embedded into href. All right. So once we get this, the people also weaved, and then we are going to get the all links inside these sections. How we can get that? We can just get that all links is equal to PAV dot find all. All right. So in this, I'm going to find all links inside a tag. All right. Now you see here, this is a tags. So inside these a tags, there will be href. All right. So find all under a element, which is link actually. And inside the a elements, I'll be also looking for a class. And that class name is browser map section __ member web. So this actually, so I'm also looking this class. So find all and then the class here, and after this here we are going to get this. So with this we have got all the links. Now once we get the all links, now we are going to store those links one by one. All right. So let's go ahead and run a for loop here, a for link in all links, and then an individual user ID, which we can get from a link dot get href. All right. So after getting this a for all a, inside these a, I'm going to just get this href. So href is link for each of the persons, I mean these profile IDs. All right, so I'm going to get that from href. And what I'm going to also see here, once we get this href, now I'm going to match this. If href is already inside a visited profile, then we don't need to store. And if this person's link is already into a link inside a profile queued, that's when we also don't want to add this 2 times. So we need to test it here. If this individual user ID not in profiles queued, okay, apart from that, this user ID not in visited profiles. So only if the new find link, I mean this new find user ID, if doesn't present into a visited profile and profile is queued, only then we need to store this. So here we are going to store this into this local list, which is a profiles ID dot append. All right. So in this, I'm going to write here a user ID. So with this, we have added this, and finally we are going to return this profiles ID. So let's go ahead and return this complete list. So with this, we will return this complete profile ID. Now for testing purpose, let's go ahead and pass this source and profiles queue, this empty queue, and see what it will return. And to do that, what I can do here, I can just type here a get new profile IDs, and in this get new profile ID, I need to pass this source first. So this is page source, which we have seen here, and after this I'm going to pass this profiles queue. Okay, so with this, once we pass this, what it will do, it will return this profiles ID. So let's go ahead and check this. Perfect, it's working, fantastic. So now you see here what I have done here. I have passed here a page source, which we had seen earlier, and in that from page source it has found these links. Now you see here, and those links are now, if you match for this person, for this lady, for this person, Faisal Malik, for this person as well. So it has got these links. So these 10 people, always you get a 10 people in a people also weaved section. So we are getting these 10 links every time. So whenever you visit a new link, you will get a new people in a people also weaved section. So for this person, let's see, and in this person's you will get these people. Now if we pass a link for this person, we will be getting these peoples as well. And similarly, then we will be passing the link for this lady, then we will be also getting these new peoples. So similarly, what we will be doing in our profiles queue, we will be increasing the number of people, and in the visited profiles, we will be keeping the track of the people to which we have already visited and to whom we have already sent a contact request. All right. So after this, what we are going to do, once we have got this, now I am going to store this. I mean, since we need to also store this into a global list, which is profiles queued. So I am going to store this into a profiles queued the first time. So inside a profiles queued very first time. All right. So let's go ahead and run this. Now I have run this. Now if you see here profiles queued, you will get these 10 links. Now if you see here, if I run it again, I won't get extra. All right. Sorry, let's go ahead and run this. Yeah, so you see here, so these are the just 10 people. All right, so this is how it is working. Okay, so with this we have got for a first profile. Now our task is to visit each of these link, and once we visit each of these link, then similarly we will be extracting all the links which is into people also viewed section. So this is kind of the recursive algorithm or recursive visiting. So we will be going link inside a link inside a link. So this will be a quite large code section. So what I'm going to do here, so I have already written code which you can get from my GitHub repository. So I'm just going to put it here and then I'll explain you how it is working. So what I have done here, I am with this while profiles queued, I am visiting all the links which is inside a profiles queue. So in this line, second line, I'm popping a link. Okay, is any of these link, and after this, once I have popped out this link, so I am going to visit that profile. I mean, I'm going to add that inside a visited profile, and then I'm getting here a full link as we have got the earlier, and then I'm going to get from here the page. I mean I'm going to visit that link. So in this way, I'll be visiting this first person. Then I am going to get the connect. I mean, if you see somewhere in these people, so we don't have connect. So what I'm going to do, in fact, so if we don't get actually the connect, so I'm going to add it into a try catch. All right. So the try. So in fact, instead of this try, I'm going to add this try here. All right. So the try, and after this try, once all these, if any error happen inside, then I am going to write here except print. I'm saying that error. All right. So what is happening here? So it is going to get this link connect. Okay, and if it doesn't find that link, so it will not get connected with that person and it will throw the error. But after this, it will again restart from here. Okay, and it will try to visit another person. Now, how would you know that the ID for this? You can similarly go ahead inside a inspect, and inside a inspect, if you see, let me show you first this. So inside a inspect, you see here this connect. So this connect have a class name, and this class is PVS profile action. All right. So PVS profile action. So this class, I'm going to visit this class, and then I'm going to click this class. And once I click this class, then it will open something like this, send now. And now if you see here in send now, we can send now directly, but we are also going to add here some personalized message. So inside this personalized message, now you see the class name is MR1. So I'm putting here MR1, then click. After this add new, then I'm writing here a custom message, which I have written like, hello, I have found the mutual interest, etc. So that you can write. Now, once you have done that, then what I'm going to do, I am going to get the ID, ID of this text weave, and this text weave ID is, you see here, its name, the text area is message, and the ID is a custom message. So I'm going to get this custom message. Once we have got the element, this custom message, then we are going to send this custom message inside this text web, so that we can pass with the element.send keys. Once we have done that, then we are just going to click in this send invitation. Now if you see here this send invitation, now for this send invitation we have ML1, and here, so the browser.find element by class name ML1 and then .click. So with this, with the personalized message, it will click on send invitation and it will send a message, I mean invitation to get connected. And then it will write here a visited users txt file, where we will be getting the complete list of the visited profiles. And from here, again, now you see this is the things how we are getting. So you see here we have got a full link, and from here we have opened this the person's the connection. So with this we will first get the invitation, and after sending the invitations we will be getting the people list. So after those people list, and how would you get that people list? You need to call a function which we have already written, like a get new profile ID. So we have called this new function get new profile ID, in which I have passed a SOAP, which is beautiful SOAP profile, I mean the page source, and the profiles queue, and then I'm just extending this profiles queue. After this I'm just putting here some random the delay, so that the LinkedIn should not think that we are using a bot. But for testing purpose, I'm just going to put it 3 to 7 seconds, so that we can process it fast and we can see it. Now after this, here I'm just trying to, if profiles queue goes above 100,000, then we will just stop. Otherwise, we will be also printing how many profiles we have already visited. So with this, let's go ahead and run this, and then we will see here. Now let's close this. Now let's go ahead and run this. So it says that here it has a invalid syntax, this except. Okay, so this try catch, the try and the except is here already. In fact, this except should be here. All right. Perfect. So let's go ahead and run this. All right. So it has opened here the first person. Now you see here, it has sent the request. Just wait for a few seconds. It will again open a new person. All right. Now you see here, it has automatically written there and send its request, your invitation to send, okay, that person. And similarly, now it is visiting here another person, and then it is sending a request. So if you send invitation with a particular message, then it is very likely that that person will accept your invitation. All right. So apart from that, let's go ahead and stop this, which you can stop from here. All right, interrupt kernel. Apart from that, let's say if you don't want to send invitation to random persons, then how you can do that? And if you don't want to send a random person, then you can send the invitation to with the people's careers and by extracting those information. All right, so this is all about in this lesson. Thank you so much for watching and liking this video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe this channel, so that you can get the live updates directly into your the Gmail or the email. Okay, bye bye, have a nice day.